I'm Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening of Thursday, the 16th of January, 2025. It's about 6:40 p.m. Central Time. Hope my voice is coming through. We've heard complaints from people that it was low, it wasn't modulating right. When we played it on our source here, it was right. We think we found the issue. A piece of software that, as the rendering would take place, was impacting it, that needed a, I don't know if it was updated, not done right, something was wrong. We think we found the whole issue. Suffice to say, when you're looking at the markets now, what are you really looking at? What is President Trump going to do when he starts signing all these bills that are being prepared for him? What do they say? What's the impact going to be on the market? That's where you're at right now. You're not at the Fed point. You're not at any of that. You're at the point now, are these good? Are they bad? What are they going to be? If you've been watching the Senate hearings, you understand what's going on. These are the people he's putting in the follow through on his programs, and they've made it ultra clear what they're there for, and that under his office, that's what they'll be doing. So now, what are the tariffs going to be? What is immigration going to look like? What are rights going to look like? What's he going to be doing? That's what you're looking at. And while you'll say it's funny, this is your metal update, why am I saying that? Because it impacts what the dollar's going to do, what foreign currencies are going to do, which in turn, inflation readings, so on and so forth. So I'll talk more about this as we get into the financial updates, but that's where I think you're at. As for tomorrow, in terms of economic data, you're going to get the housing starts and building permits. They're looking for the starts to be about 3% higher, but they're looking for the permits down about 3%. Interesting. Mortgages are right now averaging about 7.03%, according to Fannie Mac, for a 30-year fix, not the jumbo, just the regular. That's the average. The Federal Reserve is going to release their monthly industrial production and capacity utilization numbers around 8:15 tomorrow. But I don't think anything matters much more now other than getting into this phase now is to a new term for the president, the old president out, the new one in, the shuffling going on. And because Trump has promised in the first week to sign so many of these bills, what are they? Are they as severe as we were fearing? Are they less severe? I don't know. I don't know what to say to you there. When we look at the gold market, I put a bar on this today instead of the other way that I do it. You can see how the market's been whipping around there, the 18-day average, and it moved back up. When we look at the gold itself, this is a new high for this move, but you're into an old resistance area here at the 2750 area. We'll see if that means anything. The pattern is still very clear with higher lows, higher highs. The market is now seeing, and I want you to look at this, where you're about to get a bullish crossover of the 18-day average going over the 100-day average. You're right at the cusp of that. And the market is running the upper Bollinger Band right now. You've had 3 days of hitting it consistently, trying to push that band out as the market is in overbought territory. And as of yet, not in even the first day of trying to embed. You're up nice and high. It is not a sell signal, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see a bit of profit taking at any point. Now, I'm going to leave this chart as it is because it shows you the whipsaws. And when the market is under the 18-day average, because it's a difference between two markets, it means you need less numbers to do something. And that's how many ounces you would need of silver to get 1 ounce of gold. And the lower it goes, on a relative basis, silver is stronger than gold. And the silver market's come roaring back over the past 2 days, and now it's stalled out at the upper Bollinger Band and the resistance point of the 100-day average, and it is overbought. Copper market still moving to the upside. Interesting here because you're not hearing news as to why it's moving there anywhere. I've looked everywhere. Is China manufacturing picking up? What's going on? Where are they? Maybe, but I'm not seeing it. I did see that we saw Rio Tinto today talk about iron ore prices and the steel, that they were very fearful because China is using so much, maybe not, how the world has been able to gobble that all up. So interesting take on all that. In the platinum, This is the one that's been the weakest. Will it play catch up, or do the others march down to it? That's what we're going to be looking to see. And as for the dollar, it can do anything over the next 24 hours. Once the president's in and once we see what the tariffs are going to be, that's where the news will come from. What I've wanted to see is happening. I wanted the market to stall at the second price count, which was the 109.83 level. I wanted it to pull back to the 18-day average and churn. And that's where I think you're at, and I would expect you'll be there for a little bit as the market tries to figure out what to do with all these bills that are about to come out. So it's going to get exciting. It'll all happen Monday, which is Martin Luther King Day. I will be here for the morning openings and doing my updates and so on. You know, you'll have abbreviated trading as we get into that. But boy, the reactions are going to be fast. They're going to be furious and a lot of fun. All I can say is buckle in. Should be an interesting time. I'm Epstein. I'll catch up with you in the other videos or in the morning update. You take care.